Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous. I'm Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo, and we continue my playthrough, my zero to hero, my nothing to something, my, oh my god, I haven't played in so long, I don't know what I'm doing. And that's a good thing because I really wanted to come back to the game when I was able to rediscover things. But I'm also starting to discover things that are coming out, and there was a while ago that I complained in a video about the griefers and about the way that people were given sentences and all sorts of things. And it's amazing how things kind of work themselves out for the most part. I mean, I know there's still situations, but it's a video game. It's an online role-playing game, kind of, sort of. And it is one of those things that just happens, right? Anyway, crime and punishment, and it happens. And I actually stumbled upon it twice in the last couple of days. Once when playing with a friend, it was kind of nuts. I was out doing one of those derelict wrecks where you go through it and try to find the dead people, right? So my friend and I go to the first one, and there's a couple of guys out there, and they start launching missiles at him. So I throw myself into action, kind of take one of them right on the chin, and then I kill them, both of them. And suddenly they're launching missiles at us, but I'm suddenly crime rating 3. Anyway, I learned my lesson the hard way, and I also found that it really isn't so bad going to jail. But there are changes coming to this, right? Lots and lots of changes, and that we're going to get to in today's episode that I call Crime and Punishment. So I think I do have to explain something. I never intended to shoot this video to do crime and punishment this way. I did not go out of my way to get a crime rating of 3. In fact, it was totally innocent. I swear, Your Honor. Well, this one was. So I learned that these missions early in the game, because I'm doing zero to hero and I only had about 70 grand and I really needed over 2 million. And I was looking for missions that actually had a healthy return for somebody that would be playing the first week. And I came across these removed monitors from communication satellite, right? So it's like in the mercenary track, and you take the call to arms just in case. So I go out to a communication satellite and I remove the monitors. Well, I had just upgraded my Consolidated Outland Nomad to FL33s. I wanted to see how they were. So instead of leaving the area, I hung around to take on some of the bad guys that were shooting missiles at me the whole time. And I went toe-to-toe, or I should say face-to-face, with I think it was it must have been a Cutlass. It was a Cutlass and an M50. The M50 despawned for some reason, but I fought that Cutlass for about 2 or 3 minutes, and finally I killed it. And then something started firing missiles at me and hitting me, and I destroyed it. And then things were red around me, so I destroyed the next one. And I think they were 2 M50s, or maybe they were something else. I don't know. They were too far away when I killed them. Well, they were UE Navy, and I got a crime rating of 3. Lo and behold, I somehow get back here because the game locks up and crashes. So now I'm in the middle of this area, which is New Babbage. I'm back here with a crime rating. I didn't know that they would send you back here. I thought they would send me to Grimhex. Well, today you cannot pay a fine at 3 or reduce your sentence. Is that weird? So I came back here, I stripped down, and now I'm just goading the AI into killing me. And you know, they got a couple of good shots on me, but they're still looking around like, where is she? So I'm going to just get myself killed. So one of the things that's changing in the whole rehabilitation process, we're going to call it, is that crime ratings of 1 and 2 will no longer get you shot at and will no longer get people keeping you from landing. All right. So I'm going to say the NPCs. You'll be able to go over to any security terminal and pay your fine and say, "La vie, you're done." It's like getting a traffic ticket or getting a running through a stop sign, or, it's just an infraction. So you pay your fine, you're done. If you have a crime rating of 3, that's going to be a little bit different. You're either going to get caught like I just did and sent to jail, where you're going to have to work off your time. You're going to have to commute your sentence by doing good deeds, by mining or whatever else you can do. Well, that's cool. So if you die, you got to serve your sentence. But you could also turn yourself in to reduce it by 20%. So I wonder, I'm about ready to do this mission, and this mission lets me go and dive down to the depths of this area and fix an oxygen generator, and I can get out, potentially, because it's going to give me between 5 and 15,000 credits, not UEE credits, but merits. And if I get 15,000, my sentence is commuted and I'm out of here. So when it's a busy night, you're going to be fighting for those repair, I guess they're repair missions, right? You're going to be fighting for them. And the other night when I had one of these, I was running down, and my friend's like, oh, look, there's somebody over there. And I started outrunning him. So I finally got to one of the oxygen replenishers. And my friend's like, yeah, just click on that one. It's closer. And I did. And it was this other guy's. And then he started chasing me down the depths of this mine and just kept on beating on me and knocking me out, which was okay because I felt bad that I cost him his way out, but it turns out that he actually got credit for it and he was able to go. So in this situation, we're running to the bottom of this mine and I've got to get down to like level 12 or something like that. And somebody actually completed it, or it got pulled before I was able to get there. So I did the only thing I could do. I hit F for fail, held the backspace, and regenerated myself back in my bed. Which I don't know if this is even going to be something that I could do in the future, but it's what I did. And then I looked for another mission. And I went on that mission, and we'll talk about things as I'm running down. So essentially what this is a race. It's a foot race to the bottom of the mine to get to an oxygen generator or replenisher or whatever they call them, and for you to click on it before somebody else on a busy day. On this day, there's nobody else doing this. But there must have been, because you run past so many dead bodies that many people must have done this. I also was taught to jump off the ledge. It does give you some damage, but when you finally get out of jail, all your damage is healed, so who cares, right? And most times you're going to get to the bottom of the mine, and you're just going to kill yourself to get back out quicker. I don't do that here. And I don't do that here because the last time I killed myself at the bottom of the mine, it made me go all the way back down again, even though it said that I got the 15,000 merits and my sentence was commuted. So it must have been a bug. There's somebody that died and many people that died regardless. This is actually pretty cool. Now, I do have a slight problem with this, but I'm not going to complain about it because I don't want people to be forced into not playing the game. Though this is a cool part of the game, I'm telling you. It's actually pretty fun. My issue with this is that if you go out and get it like a really high crime rating, all you have to do is just do 1 or 2 of these missions and you're out. So what really is the rehabilitation, which is what prison is for, not for killing people, but for rehabilitation? What are the consequences of griefing people, killing people? I don't know. I mean, it does take them out of the game for a little bit, right? and lets them reset their crime rating only to go do it again. Or like someone like me, someone that didn't mean it, it gives me a really easy way to get out. So I'm not complaining about that. I'm just thinking about it like, what's the right way? And I'm wondering if, along with this change that they have, that they are going to start making consequences more severe for people that get into the 3s and 4s, while making it less severe for the people that get into the 1s and 2s. And by turning yourself in a 3 or 4, reducing the sentence, so maybe you only have to do this run twice instead of 3 times, or once instead of twice, whatever it would be. I really like this. So I'm not complaining. I think that this is the perfect consequence for getting a crime rating, that this is what you have to do. And yes, it might stink that somebody that just killed 3 people and griefed them on a pad, whatever it is, gets to get back into the game. Yeah, it does stink. But if that person had hate speech or was harassing you or was doing anything that was against the TOS, well, they'd be out of the game forever. As opposed to someone that was just griefing you, this would have been it. And there it is. I need oxygen. So I'm not done right now. This is not the one I have to fix. This is just one along the way. So I think crime and punishment in the game is going to be actually fixed after this. I think it's fine. And the other thing that we just don't have right now is that Stanton and other lawful planetary systems are going to be patrolled by the Advocacy and by the UEE Navy. So when there is crime and your little transponder does say that there was a crime committed against you, there will be a patrol that shows up. So somebody that's like scoping out an area in lawful space might not be able to do that for long when the game goes live. Until then, I'm all for whatever fun people want to have, because there is no lawless system right now for people to scope out a perfect ambush spot to steal someone's cargo, to harass people that are coming through that jump point, which I think is all going to be part of some of this gameplay that we're going to have in the game. And I'm pretty happy with that. So crime and punishment, how do you feel about it? I don't know. I like it. So I'm going to let this play on for a little bit, and we're going to go on to another part of this, and that's going to be my critique of the first week that I've been back. I've been back for about 10 days, but really putting up videos for a little bit over 8. So we're going to call it week 1, okay? Yeah, there have been a lot of bugs, and some of those bugs are bugs that have been prevalent in the game since the beginning. Falling through the earth, falling through different parts of the scenery inside of the different cities, falling out of your ship, whatever it might be, and things that will get fixed once we get into beta. But what I didn't realize was how incredibly fun the game has gotten. In the past, there was very little for you to do. And you might still say there is. But when I look at the game, and I look at all the things that I've been doing, bounty hunting, mercenary missions, search and rescue missions. Yeah, I've tried a couple of those, answering people's beacons and getting out to them and saving them. So far, so good. Haven't been killed. I'm thinking about moving my Cutlass Red over to my backup character and turning her into Angel Flight and getting an Apollo as soon as it comes out. I am thinking that there's a lot to do in this game. Everything from hand mining to mining in your rock to mining in your prospector to mining in a mole seems fun. And now that we have the Expanse, a refinery coming out, it looks like it's going to be something that you'll be able to do with friends. More so than you can right now. So I'm pretty excited about it. Salvaging is the next step. And you know me, I don't do most of the things that we have in the game right now. I don't want to be a bounty hunter. I want to be an explorer, right? I don't want to be a miner. I want to be an explorer. But that doesn't mean that I'm not having fun doing all the other things. I'm just looking forward to that. So after we have salvage and repair, after we have the cargo rework, which is only part of the whole rework, it's not the end all be all, it's a step in the right direction. It looks like the next big thing is exploration. I'm hoping that is a huge part of 4.0, and it should be, since they've been saying in 4.0, there may not be a place for you to call home, but it's definitely a place for you to explore. Pretty excited about that. So 8 days. I didn't think I'd last 8 days when I said I was coming back. I really didn't. I tried to play when my friend was here, okay? And I'm going to come clean. My friend is Sandy. Sandy is my friend, okay? So I don't leverage that. I don't ask questions about the game. I don't interface with Chris about the game. I keep that separate because I really need to be able to bring content to my channel that's free and clear of me having, let's just say, an agenda that isn't my own. My agenda is to be transparent. My agenda is to give you a real, thoughtful critique of how I feel about the game. And a lot of times I get in the game, I'm just confused and upset. There's no real female attire at all in the game for any of the female characters. And yeah, there might be a reason for that, but there's not. Okay, there's not. And that might be why we have a new, we don't have a new character art director because of that. We have a new one because Jay Lee, best guy in the whole world, was absorbed by Squadron 42 like everybody else. That's amazing. But I'm hoping that there's going to be some new insight into outfits and the way we look in the game and sit. I've seen female characters sitting down with their legs spread wide open, and yeah, we can't go back and start like making everything change right now, but that would be something that I would wish could happen. But I was salty for so long. I would play the game for 5 minutes, fall through a elevator and just get pissed. And I was getting upset with my friends who were asking me to come back into the game because I was not having the time I expected to be having. Well, I gave it a chance, right? And I'm staying. I'm staying so much that I went out and got a 34-inch widescreen monitor that's put me right back into the pilot seat in a way that I want to be. And when I said I was going to come back to doing my content and that I would not be doing a lot of Star Citizen stuff, a week later, it's all been Star Citizen. And I am not at all upset about that. I'm having a great time. And a couple of the ships I got over the last few months by CCUing, not by buying more money, like the Raft, like the Hull A, which I always had the Hull A. I just unmelted it with credits that I had. The Scorpius or Scorpion or whatever they call it. It's just amazing. Great. And yes, I don't have the ones I really want, like the Polaris, the Poseidon, the Nautilus, the Endeavor, oh God, let's keep going. The Hull E, the Hull C, the Hull D, the Bono Merchantman. There's so many that we don't have that we've been waiting forever. What's there is good. And we're going to have the Vulture, right? We're going to be able to go out and do hull scraping. We're going to have a great time. So I am really happy about being back. I'm going to leave it there because we're about ready to exit this cave in a few minutes. And I just want to lead you out of here. I will be doing at least 5 videos a week. At least. And it'll probably be more sometimes. Definitely more this weekend as we get through the 4.0 CitizenCon. Everything on that CitizenCon agenda says Star Citizen 4.0. So when we get through that, I'll probably have multiple videos this weekend. I'm excited about it for the first time in a very long time. And hey, they're going to give us more ships? Yeah, I might buy one. Or I might not. Maybe I'll just CC you. I don't know. I will see. So if I could keep this going up for another 15 days, I'm going to do a giveaway and try to get you all back in full force to my channel. Well, we're going to leave it there, like I already said. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button below. If you are a subscriber or have recently subscribed, please click that bell-shaped icon below so you get notified of all my future videos. And with that said, you all be safe out there, and I will talk to you soon.